Hello? Beep, 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 beep. Hello and welcome to the court of the Edijester. I hope that you're all well. Buy me a coffee, usual stuff, blah, blah, blah. Let's move on straight away. This is an important one from the Free Speech Union, which has come across my radar. And it's about a clergyman who works in the Church of England. And he has, I suppose he's poked the bear, but it seems to have worked out well for him. Or become a warrior t-shirt. Did I say that? I may have. Right. So a clergyman who called the Church of England's first trans woman archdeacon a bloke should not be punished. A disciplinary tribunal has ruled. Isn't this an interesting one? Brett Murphy was an Anglican priest when he posted comments to his 14,000 YouTube subscribers in which he commented on the appointment of Rachel Mann as the archdeacon. That's ironic, isn't it? Hey? Archdeacon Rachel Mann as the Archdeacon of Bolton and Salford last year. As reported by the Times, a clergyman who called the Church of England's first trans woman archdeacon a bloke should not be punished, as the tribunal has stated. It's a bloke. If it's a bloke, it's a bloke. Fed up with this nonsense now. Brett Murphy was an Anglican priest when he posted comments to his 14,000 YouTube subscribers. And at first, hearing last year of the Bishop of Loughborough, the Right Reverend Saju Muthale, rejected the complaint, but the issue was reopened after the original complainant requested a review. I wonder who the original complainant was. What is that? These men? Honest to God, why is that chair there? That's better. What, these men? What? You know? But this week, a King's Counsel called David Turner, Deputy President of the Church's Disciplinary Tribunal, ruled that Murphy had no case to answer. This is what we like to hear. Murphy had no case to answer, recommending to Muthale that the complaint should be dismissed. Turner said that while use of the terms bloke and fella to refer to man were arguably highly insensitive, they were not in themselves offensive words. This is what we like to hear, right? So this is the truth. But the way it's pitched bothers me. The complaint should have come in and they should have gone, yeah, it is a man. What's the problem? That's how the complaint's done, right? But you can't do that till we get rid of the GRA. Turner referred to the 2022 employment law case in which a tribunal said that Maya of the Forstata, or Maya, go Maya, a researcher at a London think tank, suffered discrimination because of a view that men could not become women. It's not a view, it's a fact. Right? Turner said that looking at the overall picture of conduct alleged in Murphy's case, that what was said falls short on the facts of any threshold for further proceedings. It follows that there is therefore no case to answer in respect to which a disciplinary tribunal should now be asked to adjudicate. This is how it should always be dealt with. Yep, this person called me a man, but you are a man. No, I'm not. No, you actually are a man, love. Sorry. Or you're a woman. They called me a woman. I'm not a woman, I'm a man. I'm a gay man. You're not a gay man, you're a woman. That's how every complaint should be handled. Now go away. Yeah, but I'm not happy about the complaint. That's okay. You're free to leave and take us to a tribunal. Goodbye. Stop messing with these people. It's absolutely insane, but that's where we are. Right, so that's another case that's come up from Free Speech Union there, bringing it to our attention. And I suggest that there will be more and more of this nonsense. The process is the punishment as usual. How do we do it? How do we deal with it? When we deal with it strongly. I mean, companies have got to start watching out for these folks. I've been having a conversation with a few in the last week, which has been interesting, about new projects that are coming up, stuff that's starting, and how we can build into the interview process questions that will highlight people who are like this. You know, the critical social justice deranged, gender-addled grievance gerbils and wibblegoats. Right? That's what we have to do. So we're going to look at ways that we can do it. I've got a few. You get the questions right and you can spot them. And the minute you spot them, they're not culturally good for your organisation because they are deranged. And then you don't have to recruit them because they are culturally not competent. It's got nothing to do with who they are, what they say they are. They just are not a cultural fit for your organisation. And that's arguable because they don't believe in meritocracy. They don't believe in the fact that people can achieve excellence as individuals. They think in terms of groups. They think in terms of identity politics. They think in terms of equality of outcome, not equality of opportunity. And therefore, they are not culturally fit for your organisation. Now, businesses can do that. They can do that. But it's even easier for the public sector because they've got the public sector equality duty. And the public sector equality duty states that meritocracy is where it's at. Meritocracy is where it's at. So the public sector equality duty is already allowed to do it. I'm sorry, you don't culturally fit. Why? Because you're a communist. because you're a hard left and hard liberal lunatic. You don't say that. You don't need to. It's, not necessary. But you say, sorry, thank you very much, but we culturally didn't feel that you fit. That's what you do. So you just make sure you get your questions right when you're doing your interview, and make sure you train your people to recruit properly, which we are so going to need to do now. The recruitment training is going to have to be so good now in order for people to be able to recruit correctly. Just don't give anybody a bloody clipboard and a pen and say, go and recruit if you're a company. Don't do it, right? Because you will end up with these people in, and once you get one, the whole game is over. The whole game is over. Okay? Because they do not think in terms of reality. They only think in terms of power and oppression. And at that point, you've got trouble on your hands. And your company, quite frankly, is done. It's over. Because you've let them in. So they will look for the grievance. Now, I've got examples of this from a friend of mine who runs a secure unit. And they've got a couple in the secure unit, and they're putting the place to pieces. They've absolutely blown it up. All right? And that's a secure unit. They've blown it up. Everything is in disarray. The staff don't know what to do. They can't say anything. The company is disciplining the staff because they won't play ball with these lunatics who think they're the wrong sex. It's absolutely incredible to watch. But I'm hoping that this individual's going to keep me posted, And I heard back from the teacher as well that I couldn't get hold of. And she said she just needed some time away to think. See, this is how it affects people. They start to unravel it, and it really is utterly overwhelming when that happens. It really is. It just comes across you and over you and like a wave. Yeah. But she's now at the point where she's going, okay, I need more info because I don't understand it. I understand now that I've got it wrong. That was her words. I understand now that I've got it wrong, but I really need to understand why I got it wrong and how. Because she's a smart woman who cares about her children. She's a smart woman who wants to teach properly. She's a smart woman who understands she's made a mistake. That's where it's at. That's where it's at. So she will be researching over the next few months to understand exactly how what's been allowed to happen in her school has been allowed to happen at all. And at that point, she'll have a decision to make. She either plays ball, moves somewhere else, or leaves the profession. That's where we're at. That's where we're at. I would say to any teacher right now who finds themselves stuck with this nonsense, look to homeschooling. There are thousands of people homeschooling their children now and looking for people who can give them really quality materials at reasonable prices. So my call to teachers would be, it's now time for you to armour up. If you're a history teacher, get putting together little 10 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour, and 2 hour sessions, right? And then say to people, these are available for a £5, a £10, 20 quid, 40 quid and 60 quid. That's what I would be doing if I was you as a teacher, because that would help tremendously, especially if you're going to focus on truth, free speech, the Enlightenment, John Locke, John Stuart Mill, how we got where we are, the truth about the left, the truth about the right. How you're going to do that is over to you. If you're a history teacher, that'll be your thing. If you're a maths teacher, it's going to be about how you instill in people the ability to critically think and logically process. Yeah, that's what it's going to be. If you're a geography teacher, perhaps you will teach about the importance of understanding our connection to the natural world and how we are our bodies and how we are part of our environment and how environmental factors have influenced how each of us has turned out through millennia. That's what I'd be doing. And if you're a parent, I would suggest that you steer clear of your child doing anything that isn't STEM related, science, technology, engineering and maths, and that they go to work for a few years. If not, go to work for a couple of years, have some fun, then come back and see if things have got better. By then the universities may have sorted themselves out, but it's highly unlikely, but we'll see. Anyway, so that's it. On the back of that, well done for the right decision coming there in the Church of England. It's unconscionable to imagine this situation even exists, isn't it? But it does. I'll see you later. All right, I hope you're having a lovely Easter. Bye, everyone.